Thank you very much, Jerard, for joining me today. If you don't mind, can you please introduce yourself for those who don't know you?
I'm Jerard. I've been training a very long time. I've been in weight training and, as we describe, bodybuilding, not as a competitor, but building the body, building muscle, keeping your weight down and all that good stuff. And I'm 67. And I always try to find the healthiest way to build a body, because a lot of times health and weight training don't cross. A lot of times they just run parallel, but sooner or later they will cross, whether it's due to injury or diet or something. So I always try to keep health at the forefront of building a body.
If you take us back and before you enroll or buy the book, how was your training like, and what were your goals?
My training was good. I was lucky enough to have a cousin that trained me, and he never allowed me to do bench presses, never allowed me to do squats, never allowed me to do behind the neck presses. He was very shoulder health conscious. He said the worst thing that'll kill your journey is injuries. So the thing is to stay healthy. And at the time, he says, I know it's hard to understand when you're in your 20s, but when you get to be 50, you'll appreciate it. And at 67, he was very correct on the money. That once you get an injury of seriousness, you need a shoulder replacement, a knee replacement, you do something to your disc and your back, it takes the fun out of it. Nobody likes to train in pain or train with limitations. So I was smart enough to have somebody like that. And when I first seen Doug on Rick's Corner, I think the first time he was even talking about any type of biomechanics, I adapted when he had lat pull-ins. And that was probably the first exercise I said, that makes sense. The muscle fibers, direction, your shoulder health. And that's where it started. And I always watched Rick's Corner, depending who we had on. And every time Doug was on, I always listened, followed him. And I was always a sponge when I was coming up, And when somebody made sense, muscle fibers, direction of resistance, and all that stuff, I listen, I follow, and I try it. And you know what? On the money. Doug is 100% spot on to train yourself without killing yourself, without destroying your shoulder. Train smart. You could train hard, but train smart.
Right. When did you first see Doug? Was it like in the beginning when he started on Rick's Corner?
That's correct. Yes. As a matter of fact, I ordered Rick's book when it was just a bunch of papers. He didn't have an actual book yet. He was in the process.
You mean Doug's book, or?
I mean, Doug's book. Yes. I ordered his book, ordered it. I downloaded it online at the time. He sent me a link, and that's where it started. I started reading, started applying, and now after joining the group and watching his videos, listening to him, watching him demonstrate, it's the thing everybody should do. The problem is, if catching on, is Doug is pulling the covers off of a lot of people that do a lot of crazy things just to make money, just to be different, just to say, oh, here's the new thing. So it's very hard to change those people.
Right. But those who give it a try always like the fact that they get fast results from what they are doing, and they are convinced. But if they don't try, they will never know the difference, right?
Exactly. You got to be open-minded enough to say, listen, the guy talks, he makes sense, let me apply it. Instead of doing cable rows, let me try cable ins. You know, instead of doing this here, let's do this here and try it. Follow the thing, develop perfect form. Because if you have great form, you'll never be able to use too heavy of a weight.
Right.
Because if the weight's too heavy, your form is going to falter. And that's how you know you're doing it wrong, or you got to lighten the weight up. So,
right. And when you started applying the things that were in the book, did you find it easy to implement it in your daily routine?
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because so-called seasoned weightlifter, when Doug said, you know, this here, try this, lean back, do that, I could comprehend that and I could feel it and apply it. You know, somebody that's never lifted weights may need to be have a little more practice, you know, and it's simple things. In other words, if I'm pulling down with my arm, I got to keep this forearm lever in line with resistance. If I'm pulling back this way, I got to keep that forearm, the lever. Hey, I can't bend it like this and pull in, right? So there's simple things that you have to watch when he demonstrates and follow good form.
Right. Did you enroll in any of our online courses?
Yes.
Which one is it?
I have not the bodybuilding one, the other one.
The Physics of Fitness online program?
Correct.
So what made you make the decision to enroll in that course?
Well, I thought Doug's knowledge and his expertise in biomechanics were spot on. Why not learn more? So I figured if I join, watch, and that's where his videos, he got a little more in-depth video demonstrations. You know, at 67, I still like to learn.
Yeah, I was asking, like, how did you find those videos?
Excellent. Excellent. I would recommend a course to join, you know, the biomechanics or bodybuilding, whatever, you know, you want to do. It's something I recommend to anybody that's young, just starting out, even if you're seasoned. You know, train smarter. Don't get hurt. Do stuff that's 100% effective instead of 75 or 60. You know, I want to do the best exercise. And like Doug says, if doing something is 100%, why would I go somewhere else and do something that's 70%? It just makes sense.
Right. What did you like the most about those videos? Is it the demonstration? Is it the comparison of the traditional exercises? What did stood out to you the most?
Well, the videos are excellent because, like you said, it shows the conventional way that a lot of so-called gym experts and so on the internet are promoting. And it shows Doug's way, biomechanic way. And it shows how you are explaining what somebody might be saying about a particular exercise, what you guys don't recommend. And it shows what you do recommend. And that's great to explain it, because the best way to make somebody understand is to explain it the best way possible in full content. What's wrong? And once again, some exercises, like you said, or Doug said, may not be wrong, but it's a lesser exercise, you know? And I always said, even coming up, people I trained or people I've trained with, if I had an exercise or if I had a medication and I said, this medicine is great, I got other medicine that's good, I got another medicine that's okay, and I got another medicine that's bad, which one would you want? I want the one that's great. Well, it's the same thing with exercise. If there's a particular exercise that hits the body part 100% effectively, why would I accept something less? For variety, for something new, I don't need nothing new. I want something that when I go to the gym and I train for an hour or a half hour or 45 minutes, whatever your training program is, I want the best bang for my buck.
Beautiful. And do you think the language used in the webinar is simple to understand? Is it for everyone, or you have to have certain like knowledge to be able to understand it?
No, I don't think the language or the way something is explained is difficult to understand. If a person does not know about weight training, when a particular phrase or something is used, they may have to look into it a little bit more. But, you know, you guys do a great job of explaining, so there's nothing to guess at. You know what I'm saying? The muscle, the diagrams, the muscle fibers, you know, maybe you have to study the anatomy a little bit, but that's your own thing that you may have to do. But when you say the latissimus dorsi, you show where the lat is on a figure, you know, or the traps or the whatever. So it's not difficult. Like I said, if you're just starting out, you may have to dissect it a little bit more, but it's nothing that it's going to take a scholar to understand. No.
Right. That's what we try to do, make it as simple as possible so everyone can benefit from it. Not only like, let's say, personal trainers or people who've been working out for years. You know, this is something that can be applied by novice, by intermediate, by advanced. In the end of the day, we all have the same body structure.
Correct. That's the best way to do it, to make it, explain it as simple as possible, so everybody could comprehend what you're saying, and they could start their journey in fitness or do a turnaround. If you're a seasoned bodybuilder, you know what? Maybe I should protect my shoulder or my disc, my back, my lower back, my ankles, my knees. You know, there's so many people in the gym that I've seen over the decades, shoulder replacement, they herniated disc. It's and like Doug said, I remember at one time, there's a reason why this is happening. It's poor training. It's not nobody's fault. Doug has done it. I have done it because that's what was out there.
Right.
It was out there at the time in the 70s, in the 60s, in the 80s. We didn't know any better. We didn't have the ability to research, the ability to have somebody show us something better other than what might have been in a magazine, or to look what that guy over there in the gym's doing. Oh, he's doing behind the neck presses. Man, that's great for the shoulder. You know, that's all we had. But now with Doug starting the biomechanics, if you're seasoned, you should jump on it like that, because it's training smarter so you could stay in this game when you get to your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, your 80s.
Right. How are you feeling right now, and how long you've been using Doug's method?
Well, I feel great. You know, it simplifies my workout. I've been following, like I said, I followed Doug since the first time he mentioned it on Rick's Corner. I don't know, when you get to my age, time goes by so fast. I don't know if it's 4 years, 5 years, 6 years ago, whatever it was. But before he even started his book and stuff, at least on the
YouTube channel, yeah.
Before he even started it, he was explaining leg extensions, he was explaining pull-ins and stuff like that. And that's when I first adapted. And as he talked about his book and more information, I started following him then. And like I said, I ordered his book before it actually became a book. It was
right,
soft cover download.
PDF, yeah.
Yeah. And when I go to the gym now, the training is simple. It's not complicated. I'm not doing 4 exercises, hitting the exact same muscles, or doing 4 exercises and not hitting the muscle effectively.
Yes.
So the best thing a seasoned bodybuilder does, or weightlifter, weight trainer, is to take stuff away from their training. You don't need to complicate things.
All
Make
right.
it simple, make it effective, and you'll love it more.
Awesome. Last thing I want to ask you is, who do you recommend the course and the book for?
Everyone. Everyone. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're 14 years old and you're just starting out. Dad should make you watch this. Dad should teach you. I don't care if you've been training 50 years. Listen to the course, you know, the way it's explained, read the book, listen to the course, watch the videos. You got plenty of free videos on YouTube that you explain stuff.
Right.
Okay. And if you're a seasoned bodybuilder, it should all make sense to you. But the problem is these guys have made a living off of doing a million different things for everything. So you're not going to change them because you put a damper on their gimmick. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just starting out, you're a young kid, you're in high school, it's for everybody. It's not for a particular age group. It's not for a particular just competitive bodybuilders. It's for everyone. There's no reason why anyone should not train smart.
Right. And we say in our programs also that you buy it once, you own it for life. That's what it is. You know, we are not trying to sell different type of programs and here is the new version. That's what it is. It's going to be always like that. Whether you're bored or not bored, that's the way it's going to be. If you want to hit the muscle efficiently, these are the movements. And for those who wants like more nutrition guidance, we have True Bodybuilding for that. So thank you very much, Jerard, for your time and for your feedback. Of course, we're going to be staying connected via our Facebook group. How do you like the group, by the way?
It's great. It's great where somebody has doubt or somebody has something they could add. It's great. It's great. If you have a question, not sure about something, it's great. And the program is not that complicated. You're not selling a bunch of gimmicks and, you know, all these type of things and weird exercises. It's simple, it's straight, it's direct. It's not hard to understand. And it's effective, 100% effective. I would recommend it, like I said, to everybody. I believe in training smart and don't get hurt. You know, you may be doing something now in your 20s. It's fine, no problem. It comes back to haunt you later on when you're, you know, I got a kid that's younger than 40 years old. He's got to get double shoulder replacement. There's no reason for it, especially now that Doug has lifted covers off of all this. No reason why people need to train like that any longer, you know?
Right. We're all about training smart and staying healthy. That's the message.
Of course. How are you going to stay in the game?
Right.
Well, I'm 67. I want to be here when I'm 107.
Right.
How am I going to stay in the game if I end up crippling if I become an orthopedic disaster?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time. We're happy to have you with us. We're happy to have you part of our private group. Thank you. And we will talk again soon.
Thank you. And thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Keep up the good work. And tell Doug, keep up the good work. And thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.